YouTube? It's your boy, the Memphis XL, right back at you with the All My Card Games show. The show we take a look at whatever deck we feel like looking at, and we have ourselves a good old time dueling with it on good old EDO Pro for now. So for today, we are going to be playing some Crystal Beast, that old GX archetype that despite its age, actually still sees some play because of how versatile they can be. So we got ourselves a nice little going second deck today. We're trying to hit our opponent with all sorts of Crystal Beasts, summon out big numbers, and just run our opponent over. And we got a whole bunch of things. We got some powerful fusion monsters. We got some powerful exceeds monsters. We got some powerful links too. And we can do all that stuff and more. So let's go ahead in the EDO Pro after I've shown off the deck list today. So for our main deck, we're running 1 Elemental Hero Neos, 3 copies of Nibiru, 1 Rainbow Dragon, 1 Rainbow Dragon Zenith Crystal Beast. For the Crystal Beast, we got ourselves Sapphire Pegasus at 3, 1 Amber Mammoth, 2 Topaz Tiger, 2 copies of Cobalt Eagle. We got ourselves 2 Summoner Monks, 2 Noble Knights Shield Bearers, 1 Amethyst Cat, 1 Emerald Tortoise, and 2 Ruby Carbuncle. For our spells, we have ourselves an Instant Fusion. We have 2 Crystal Promise, 3 Crystal Bond, 1 Neos Fusion, 3 copies of Rainbow Bridge. We have 1 Crystal Abundance, 3 Crystal Beacon. And for traps, we have 3 Impermanents and our 1 copy of the Ultimate Crystal Magic. For our extra deck, we have Link Rebo, we have Predapite Verde Anaconda, 1 Masquerena, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, Axis Kotarker, Evil Sworn Saiton Knight. We have number 82, Heartland Draco, number 41, Buguska. We have Tornado Dragon, we have Divine Arsenal AA Zeus, we have Millennium Eyes Restrict, Chimera Tech Mega Fleet Dragon, which is totally optional, Rainbow Neos, and Rainbow Over Dragon. The side deck is mostly just, like, you know, anti-meta sort of thing. If you want to negate your opponent more, things like Ash Blossom and Scythe Frames, and, you know, if you want to put in an OTK entry, go for Utopia Double, stuff like that. It's pretty basic stuff, you know. So we're going to go ahead in EDO Pro now. I'm going to show this deck off, show you how it works, and we'll have ourselves a good time. Alrighty, our first opponent. And like I said, we want to go second today, because we like to just set up a big monster and run the opponent over. Opening hand, that's pretty good. I can live with this opening hand. I've got Beacon, I've got Bridge, and I've got Neos Fusion. If anything else, I got Neos Fusion. DD Scout Plane. This card's banished. It banishes turn summon in attack mode. Okay, I can deal with that. It's just DD Scout Plane. So this is some sort of weird DD deck, or possibly a banishing deck. Could be either or. Alright, so we've got Amethyst Cat, and we'll see how it goes. So, what we're going to do, we're going to activate our Rainbow Bridge. This lets me add any crystal spell trap I want from my deck. And I want Crystal Bond. Any monster sent to the grave is banished instead. Ow, that kind of hurts. Hurts a little bit, but not too bad. So let's get Crystal Bond. This is a very important spell for us. This lets me search a Crystal Beast and put one in the spell trap zone. If you don't know anything about Crystal Beasts, they like to be in the spell trap zone. So we're going to go ahead, search out our all-important Sapphire Pegasus. He's our boss, who is Junk Call. Junk Call. Anyway, we're going to put, let's see. Since I have Beacon, I'm actually going to put Topaz Tiger in the spell trap zone. So basically what this card does, Crystal Beacon, you can summon any Crystal Beast from your deck if you have 2 in the spell trap zone. Pegasus, when it's summoned by any means, can put a Crystal Beast in my deck into the spell trap zone. So we're going to put Amber Mammoth. So now we're going to activate Crystal Beacon. This is going to go ahead and summon Ruby Carbuncle. Very important monster. Because when this is special summoned, it summons all the spell trap monsters that you caught. It's very important. So we're going to summon all the things. Hacha. And that's quite a lot of damage. But we can do even more. Activating Neos Fusion. This lets me fuse the very overpowered Rainbow Neos. Which sadly all the things will get banished, but that's not important. What's important is I have Rainbow Neos. So once per turn, I can't use the effect because of, you know, different dimensions ground. I can't send the cards to the graveyard because they get banished instead. But normally I could ditch a monster to shuffle all my opponent's monsters back into his deck, which is pretty nutty. It's pretty nutty, but I don't get to do that right now. Instead, I'm just going to run him over. Let's just run him over with a 4500 beat stick. It's crazy. It's always crazy to me how powerful Neos is. Like Rainbow Neos. This card is like I don't even remember how old this thing is. I think it's like 2010 or something. Maybe maybe even older than that. That's an ancient card, but it's really powerful. I can spin all the monsters, all the spell traps, or my opponent's graveyard back into the deck. It's pretty nutty. But yeah, that's the idea of this deck right there. Summon a bunch of monsters, run your opponent over. That was pretty basic. I could have gone for, if he didn't have, gotten rid of my graveyard, I could have been like Access Code Talker. I could have made Exciton Knight, Bagoose, whatever I needed to do. But you get the idea right then and there. You just kind of start off with a couple key cards, and you hit your opponent really, really hard. So let's go for Duel 2. Hopefully find a slightly better opponent. That guy was trying to do something iffy. I like to find a more straightforward opponent so I can show a bit more back and forth here. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. But hopefully this time just a little bit more back and forth. Just a smidge more back and forth. Alright, what do we have for an opening hand? I mean, as long as you got the Crystal Beacon, the Rainbow, that'll work, that'll work. Mellfy's, the ultimate deck. And this is the one that lets him summon a dude from the deck. Okay. We'll see. We'll see indeed. Well, let's activate the... I mean, anything else, I have Neos Fusion already in my hand, so that's not a problem. The problem is... There's no problem. I mean, he only has one Mellfy. That's not a problem at all. Let's go ahead and activate the Crystal Bond. We'll search our Zenith Dragon and go ahead and put... Topaz Tiger in the Spell Trap Zone. Since I have my Crystal Beacon, I can summon my my Carbuncle from my deck. So all should be good. And yeah, okay, so he's not going to use the puppy. Good. I don't want him to use the puppy. Not yet, anyway. Not yet. At some point in the future. Okay, now he's going to do it. This is not the problem. It's the opponent, normal, special summon, monster, blah, 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 blah. Summoning cat. Cat? Why cat? Okay, weird. Kind of weird, but whatever. What does this one do again? Add a beast from deck to hand. Me. Okay, that's whatever. Let's go ahead and activate our beacon. We'll summon out Carbuncle. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna summon Carbuncle on you. What you gonna do about it, Mellfy boy? What you gonna do about it, kitty cat? I shouldn't be too... Okay, that's annoying, but again, it's okay, because I can still use my Neos Fusion. I can summon out straight up Murder Machine Neos. Alright, so he's got the cat. He's going to be able to bounce that, get a monster. Oh, actually, no, because I use Neos Fusion, I can't summon Zenith. I was about to say I could use Neos, ditch Pegasus, and do all the stuff, but that's not going to work. I mean, I can still shuffle this into his deck. That's the thing. Yeah, as much as it's gonna... It won't cost me any damage or anything, and it's probably just better to get rid of that. I don't trust that monster. I mean, you can summon it off the rescue cap, but it's still something. Alright. Solemn warning. That hurt just a smidge. Just a little bit of hurt. Not gonna lie, folk. Not gonna lie. Hurt just a smidge. Alright, so now we gotta see what our opponent's going to do. Okay, he had the alpha in his hand already. Not a good thing, because now he can just bounce my dude. And I don't have another Neos Fusion. Don't have more materials for it either, so whatever. Alright, so he's gonna summon a couple Beastie Boys. See, that's the one thing about our... we're going second. We're trying to OTK our opponent. He's summoning that Shaddoll beast. Which would normally be a big issue, because we do have spell traps, so we like to activate. But... I think I'm okay. I think. Maybe. We'll find out. I mean, how many cards? He has 30 cards, so... He can only negate 15 spells. That's not that big of a deal. He can only negate 15 times. That's nothing. It's nothing. Nothing. That's surely a joke archetype. Complete joke. Okay. All jokes aside, that we are in a bit of a pickle. But I still have the Zenith. I have Topaz Tiger. He doesn't seem to have anything. Oh, if he has anything else, he's not playing it yet. Probably just like some spell trap he'd like to play, but he's thinking of whether he wants to play it or not. Tri-Brigades. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That is bad. Because now he can just straight up summon Shrake. Alright. That is... Let's see, how much damage is that? 50... That's not game, but it's pretty... That's very dangerously close. Plus, he's playing Mellfy. So if he has any Mellfy that can summon a monster from his deck or his hand, we're in trouble. Because then this will just banish my stuff. Because that's kind of what Mellfys do. Alright, so now what you gotta set another spell trap to negate my summons? No. Do you have another Mellfy? Yes, he does. Okay, Puppy. Oh, Puppy summons from the deck. And he has the cat, too. Okay, the cat doesn't matter, but the puppy does. The puppy is definitely an issue. Thinking. Maybe? Maybe, baby? Let me check something. Okay, maybe. I'm gonna set Topaz Tiger, set the trap, end our turn. Here's the plan. If this works, it's pretty much a miracle. So I have ultimate crystal magic. If my monster gets destroyed by battle, I can ditch 7 crystal beasts to summon out my Overdragon. Overdragon can be tributed to shuffle everything back into the deck. We'll see. Oh wait, Shrake is gonna go off, isn't he? No! My one plan! My plan! No! Curse you, Sandayu. I thought we were friends. I thought we were friends, Sandayu. Alright. Well, unfortunately, that's gonna cost us the game there. Oh, just... Okay, that's fine. I have Unicorn too. I was about to say you're flexing on me, but that's fine too. Okay, so we've lost this one, unfortunately. Mellfy power, man. Don't underestimate them just because they're small and fluffy. Alright, so we've lost that duel. It was a much better duel than the first one. Unfortunately, we just did not have, well, unfortunately, we didn't have the stuff we needed to get around the Mellfys today. But that's okay. You know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Let's go for duel number 3, pick ourselves up, and just keep doing what we're doing. Alrighty, our third and final opponent of the day. I'm going to keep it nice and short today. Although I do have a replay saved against Shaddoll, so I'll show that off after this duel. But for now, let's see what we get. Okay, not bad, not bad. Yeah, that'll work. I've got my Crystal Bridge. I got my Bridge. I've got my Bond. Witchcrafters. My Witchcrafters. That's one of them trolley decks. Okay, he's got Auru, which allows him to protect his monsters from targeting things. I mean, if I can get my big boss out, which is going to be very tricky, because he has, like, Madame Vere that can blanket and negate everything. Ugh. It's a very tricky deck, Witchcrafters. Now it's nigh impossible. Well, actually, no. Actually, it isn't, because I have Summoner Monk. I have Summoner Monk! He's a spellcaster! He's a wizard! You're a wizard, Summoner Monk. That's right. Normally, this is a problem, but, not now. So, summon the Monk. That's right. Now I can play spells now. See, normally you need to have a spell, otherwise you can't play any spells. But I have a spell, so all's good. Alright. Instanto Fusion. We're going to activate Instant Fusion and trick out our Relinquished. That way, if he tries to use the Schmitta, it won't work. Alright, so now what we're going to do... let's see here. Thinking. See if I summon... Okay, I won't be able to do quite everything. But I can do a lot of stuff. Let's activate Crystal Bond. Gonna do something? No? Okay, good. Alright, so let's go ahead and add Zenith for later. And we'll go ahead and put... I mean, I got a Carbuncle. I'll just put another Carbuncle. Why not? We'll put another Carbuncle on there. And let's go ahead and use Monk's effect. Ditch the Rainbow Bridge. We'll see. I just need to be able to, like, out one monster effect. That's the thing. So let's go ahead, summon forth our Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus. We'll use Pegasus' effect. He's thinking. He's thinking long and hard. Alright. Alright. Activate Neos. I probably should have gone for a rank 4 first, but this will be fine. This is fine. We'll summon forth Neos. If I can summon this dude out, it doesn't really matter what this guy does afterwards. Not really. So, let's go ahead and... thinking. Guess it doesn't really matter. If I get rid of... Let's see. Shuffle the spell traps into the deck. Sure. That's probably better, because if I get rid of his spell traps, he kind of needs those. Yeah, I'm getting rid of all your spells. What are you gonna do about it, Witchcrafter? What you gonna do? You gonna use your Schmitter? Not gonna be able to, because I've got rid of Strict. Which I specifically play in here to stop annoying stuff like this. Haha. No spells for you. Alrighty, so let's go for the battle phase. We'll go ahead and attack with Rainbow Neos. Can't attack with our Pegasus because of Monk, but that's fine. So let's go ahead and end the phase. And Relinquish goes away, but he did his job. He did his job. My opponent's going to have a hard time getting around this. Because in order to get around it, he's going to need... Okay, so we did have a Witchcrafter revival spell. Okay, but he still needs a spell in the hand to do anything. The question is, does he have a spell in the hand? That's the tricky part. Because even if he, like, what can he possibly... He can go for Hein, try to pop this, but that's not going to do him much good. He can go for Madame Vert, that's probably the smartest move. But it all depends on whether he has a spell or not. I mean, he will get a spell during the end phase. He will get the spells in the end phase. That's the thing about Witchcrafters. They just keep getting back their spells over and over and over again. So we'll see. It's going to be a tricky thing, but I think we can do it. Remind me how Auto works again. Target a spellcaster or for an attack. Target a card your opponent controls or Witchcrafter and spell. Yeah. Okay. So... let's activate Neos. That's actually... Normal summon Carbuncle. Then activate Neos effect. I'm gonna ditch a monster to get rid of his monster. That'll force him to use Schmidt's effect, but he'll go for Madame Vert, and then Madame Vert gets shuffled back into his deck. So even if he does get a monster out, it'll leave the field immediately. Because you can't change Madame Vert to this. That ain't gonna work. It's not going to work. You're just gonna go away now. Alrighty. So there's game against... Okay, that's a good game against Witchcraft. You know, they can be very annoying. You know, if I wasn't playing Summoner Monk, I would have lost. I would have lost without my Summoner. Thank you, Summoner Monk. You are the MVP. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Oh, my boy. My boy. Alright, so there's a duel against the Witchcrafters. We did alright. You know, we did the stuff. Neos is still our boss. He is our boss, and he is showing off his stuff. So let's go ahead for that replay I have saved, and then we will go for the end screen. Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to the saved replay. As you can see, we are playing up against a Dogmatika Shaddoll deck. Rather tricky deck. So we're going to be going second with this duel. My opponent opens up with Ecclesia. He's going to be searching out his punishment and setting himself with the Deer Servant. He's getting himself set up next turn. He's going to be trying to do all the Shaddoll things in the world. He gets his Shaddoll Beast thanks to Winda, and he gets out Maximus. And that's going to allow him to hit my extra deck. Luckily, I have redundancy, so it's not a big problem. So he's going to set himself up. He's got a pretty impressive opening board. He's got Schism. He's got Punishment. He can pop my cards. He can Fusion Summon during my turn. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to play it nice and simple. We're going to set a monster and set the ultimate Crystal Magic. And that's going to allow us to win this duel pretty much right away. My opponent goes for his Shaddoll Beast. He's going to search for more cards. And he's going to go for Construct. And on top of that, a Winda. So this is a pretty powerful board here. He's got his Winda. He's locking out my special summons. He's got Construct that beats over special summon things. He does not go for Maximus, which is weird. He didn't go for, like, dumping Natissus. But did he even have any Natissus in his extra deck? Fool. You always play Natissus. He did not. So he's going to destroy my Topaz Tiger. But this is the plan. Now we can play Ultimate Crystal Magic, ditching our 7 Crystal Beasts to summon our Over Dragon. This is a very nasty fusion monster which you can summon by either this trap card or by tributing the OG Rainbow Dragon. This is a very nice card, because basically what I'm going to be able to do is tribute this and spin everything back to the deck, completely wiping my opponent's board, leaving him with nothing but an Effect Veiler and an Invocation. So here's what we're going to do. Rainbow Bridge into Crystal Bonds. Crystal Bonds is going to get us our a Zenith Dragon, and we're going to go for Cobalt Eagle, because my opponent's going to hit me with the Effect Veiler, stopping my Summon Monk. But this is fine. This is what Crystal Promise is for. We're going to go for Cobalt Eagle. And in the battle phase, we'll summon Zenith to do a little bit of extra damage. We'll hit our opponent with lots and lots of damage, and then make a Boguska, because we don't want our opponent hitting us with any sort of monster effects for a turn. And that's pretty much going to be game right there. My opponent top decks into Dark Ruler. It's not quite enough. And so that's going to be a duel right there. So there's another nice duel with the Crystal Beast. Just being able to do damage and come back from a very difficult situation. So that being said, let's go for that end screen. Alrighty, Crystal Beast did alright. You know, we got 2 out of 3 wins. You know, it's one of those decks. It's like a lot of old school decks. You get the right hand, it does a lot of stuff. If you don't, it's a little trickier. But you know what? It's a nice deck. It's very fun to dick around with. And you can do all sorts. You know, I didn't get to show off everything today, but there's a few other things to do. Like, I never got to summon Zeus, but that's not a difficult thing to do. And that's pretty much it. You know, everything else is just like a toolboxy thing. The only thing I regret is not summoning Heartland Draco, because he's a fun old Exceed that has this weird interaction with our deck, because we all have these continuous spells. And this is like, if you have a continuous spell, or just a face-up spell in general, you can attack directly. Your opponent can't attack this thing. It's a funny thing. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the Crystal Beast, or make sure to hit the like button if you did enjoy. And consider subscribing if you haven't, because we're trying to hit 420 subs, so I can do funny fire video of some variety. 420 Blaze, I don't know, something like that. Regardless, next time we're taking a look at Weather Painters, because I've never played them and I wanted to try them. So until next time, your boy Memphis is signing out. Peace out until later. Take care, everybody.